Davos happening this week, Davos 2026, the most important economic forum in the world. This is made for the high elite to participate and world leaders. Now, Davos, the World Economic Forum, usually is set to discuss main global topics with world leaders. We're talking about global fragmentation, geopolitics, economic decision-making, AI, definitely, growth versus stability, climate commitments, global South versus global North, democracy. Anyway, but this year, it's been all about Trump. Trump and his tariffs, Trump and his actions on going into other countries, especially invading Greenland, and what he's willing to do to get it. So let's stop a little bit and analyze a few things. So Trump gave his speech. Today is the 21st of January, 2026. Trump gave his speech to a full audience this morning. And this is part of Trump's strategy, right? He always sets the tone really high. He puts like these big statements, I'm going to invade Greenland, we're going to take over. And then he starts scaling it down. So as many analysts say, and discuss, is that that's his strategy, right? He sets the tone very aggressively, pretty high, and then waits for, the responses, the feedbacks, and that's when he starts the negotiations. So he's set to have many negotiations, bilateral negotiations today and the rest of the week. And he already said very clearly that there will be no military actions. So Europe cannot afford to lose the U.S. market, okay? So we saw a lot of movement early this week with Germany, France, and Sweden sending military troops to Greenland. The minute they did that, the U.S., Trump fired back, saying that he would reimpose an additional 10% tariffs on their exports. Now, as you know, European economies are not so self-sufficient, especially Germany. In matters of hours, they withdrew their troops from Greenland because they know how important the U.S. market is to them. Think about BMW, Mercedes, and the U.S. is a huge market for them. So Trump uses this strategy, right, which he's receiving a lot of criticism from European leaders since, President Macron gave his speech, the Canadian Prime Minister gave his speech, saying that, they put up the Trump's strategy being unethical since he had already agreed with the European Union last year about the tariff, scaling it back. And now he's imposing, a 10% on top of what he had agreed on. So a lot of European leaders are saying that this, you cannot, he's using an immoral method for negotiation, for getting what he wants. Another thing that the Europeans bring to the table is the questioning, why does the United States want to dominate and have Greenland as their territory so badly, saying that it's only for a national security reason. Now, as a NATO country, which the U.S. is, and Greenland is because it's part of Denmark, and Denmark is a NATO member. So in the NATO charter, if one country is attacked by a foreign nation, and you're a NATO member, all the other NATO members will come into your defense, which would apply in case Greenland were attacked by China or Russia. So that's the big criticism, and it really doesn't make much sense if you think about on a NATO perspective. Why does the U.S. want Greenland so bad? Now, there are other reasons coming to the table, natural resources. What is under all that layer of ice, minerals, oil. So a lot of these things need to be discussed this week. And I'm sure these European leaders are going to make this big case that the U.S. does not need to claim Greenland as their territory in order to protect it. And Trump doesn't seem to want to let this go. He's really interested. He's really pushing hard to make Greenland a U.S. territory, which the Greenlanders already came forward and say it's something they do not want. So it should be interesting to see how this is going to unfold in Davos.